Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about the food fights and mudslinging going on at the New York fraud trial of Trump and his sons and the organization and others. We're in the second week now of the defense case. They say they'll go till about December 15th. My best guess is it'll be sooner than that. I don't really see what much will serve them by a long defense case. They're going to lose. They know they're going to lose, and the appellate review will be on the basis of could a reasonable fact finder, and that here, recall, very, very important, is the judge, Justice Arthur Engoron. The question's going to be, was his decision supported by the evidence and the like. So I don't see what they're going to really achieve, including having issues set up on appeal. But anyway, we'll see how much they keep digging on the defense case. Today, they had the chief accounting officer, Mark Hawthorne, and the most noteworthy part of his testimony was to say that these big financial statements that are the basis for the charges of intentional misstatements, the charge, counts 2 through 5, they're no longer doing those, the Trump organization, which is interesting, and it's not entirely clear why. And now next is a former staffer, a guy named Patrick Burney, who worked in operations. Okay, so that's the testimony. But now to the food fights and mudslinging. So Trump has filed this screed, and it all has to do with the motion for mistrial and his accusations of bias for 86 reasons, all one less meritorious than the last. But much of it has to do, recall, with his great resentment that a clerk, Allison Greenfield, has such responsibility with Justice Engoron. He thinks the clerk is biased against him, that she's improperly been made a co-judge, that she's given contributions improperly to Democratic candidates. None of this is true, by the way. She attended some events, which she's permitted to do. There's picture of her at one event with Chuck Schumer, and Trump implies some kind of relationship. He's done it with the judge as well. So when he moved, so there are two things that are going on with there's the gag order itself, which Engoron gave as to any mention of the court staff and especially Allison Greenfield. And Trump then appealed, and there's an interim stay. But while that's being fought, the AG, and actually technically a lawyer for Engoron himself, this is how it works on this kind of appeal, came in and filed a motion detailing just how bad the onslaught to the clerk has been as a result of Trump's once the Court of Appeals granted, the appellate division granted a stay, the torrent of nasty, mainly anti-Semitic, threatening to, just completely blew her, cell phone. She can't use it anymore. And then they just disgusting single page quotes and tweets from, really vile people triggered, up by Trump. So Trump has now filed a response to that, and it literally says nothing, not a thing about these 275 pages of nasty and apparently dangerous diatribes against her, and just sort of repeats his charges that the judge is biased and she's biased and she made false political contributions. I mean, completely ignores it. So again, as a legal strategy, it's terrible, and I think it'll show that way from a likely adverse decision from the appellate division. But maybe it's all a political strategy, but literally not to mention these, terrible messages that he's put in motion is kind of a stunning litigation strategy. So two separate things going on, though, I said. So one is he's trying to extend the stay of the gag order and get them to, basically not let that be reinstated. There's a stay on now just until they hear it. And then second, he made a mistrial motion in front of Engoron based on all this stuff, and especially the clerk, and Engoron denied it out of hand. Now, that's the kind of motion that you wouldn't normally be able to get appellate review immediately on. You have to wait till the end of the case. So he has, in this new filing, also tried to gin it up in a special New York procedure to get immediate review, a so-called order to show cause, and an Article 78 proceeding. You have to worry about the specifics, but he. So what's noteworthy about his filing, first, just no mention at all of all the terrible tirades and phone messages and tweets, etc., that Greenfield has had to field, and also no effort to show why he should have immediate review of the denial of the mistrial. So it's a screed that doesn't confront the merits that's in front of the appellate division now, and seems just for political reasons. So we've got, two things to be watching for. There's the trial as it plods along, and I don't think there's a chance still that we'll have additional testimony from somebody with a last name Trump. They've as much as telegraphed it, but I'm not sure it's actually going to happen. We'll see. But then the focus is on this really nasty food fight involving the gag order that the judge put on, and then Trump's motion for a mistrial, all circling around the clerk and her, and the onslaught that Trump's comments about her have occasioned. So that's what ought to be playing out. We don't know exactly when the appellate division will hear the gag order appeal, and I think they will just deny the appeal from the motion for mistrial, saying, it's not right, but bring it up later. But that I think there's, even as the evidence continues to come in on the defense side, the main action will be in the appellate division this week, and we'll see how quickly they deal with things, because while that stay is in motion, it means that Trump is free to absolutely vilify and savage Allison Greenfield, among others. And that's really, as the filing by the AG with the 225 pages shows, dangerous, incendiary, and really could lead to tragic consequences. And I'm sure the judges around the country are just aware of this possibility out there, that not Trump himself, but a lone wolf, that he that springs into action in perceived response to his words, does something bad to a witness or a prosecutor or the like. So that's the focus, what the appellate division will do with the whole mistrial stuff. And then as anything important happens in the trial, I'll be reporting it to you. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.